Happy weekend everyone, Covey Cooks back again. Today's recipe is going to be a lovely slow cooked braised beef. So I'll just quickly run you through the ingredients. All right, we have some nice bits of braised beef. Notice they're in lumps, not in cubes. Much better way to buy this because you're not paying for someone to cut it up. We've got some beef stock, which is made from one of my North favourite stock cubes. Got some English mustard, garlic, lardons of bacon, garlic, mustard, and we've got some sweet onions. Right, now the reason we're not using onions as shallots in this is because I want these onions are packed in vinegar, which is really good because I want some acidity from the vinegar, but you get the sweetness of the onions and it balances out. And at the end of the recipe, or as I'm cooking it, I'm going to balance it off because we do need a bit of vinegar in a beef stew because it just adds a bit of an umami, sorry. Right, we've got my old faithful pot to start the cooking in, but we're not going to cook in that. We are going to cook in one of these. Okay, not a banana. We're going to cook in one of these, which is a stock pot, right? A slow cooker. If you've got one, it's probably at the back of the cupboard, right, not being used. Use it, especially this time of year for stews and stuff like that. It is absolutely brilliant because it will keep it at an ideal cooking temperature. Once it's finished, because this is going to go in for about 4 hours, it just keeps it at a nice heat. And then we are going to transfer it back to here because we're going to go and put some dumplings in it later. Oh, and the most important thing, some red wine. So that's the ingredients. Let's show you how to put it together. Right, let's go on with the heat. You'll notice as well, I have put those beef on blue J cloths, right? What's the reason for that? Well, all meat's good to dry off before you start frying it, right? Because you don't want the liquid in there. If you use kitchen towel, it can stick, right? So, next time you see them, get a roll of these J cloths, right? They're absolutely brilliant, right? And you'll see them if you look at professional chefs, which I'm not. If you look in professional chefs videos, you'll see, and in kitchens, right? Everything gets laid out on these blue J cloths because they take the moisture away, but you don't get any residue left. Right, so anyway, right, beef is seasoned. Pan is hot, and we are going to go in with these and just sear these off. You think, Mark, why are you frying braising steak? Because you want to get a bit of colour on your meat, right? Ooh, misses. Because it's all going to add flavour, right? So let's go in with the beef first, and let's get some colour on these beauties. Put that over there. Right, there you go, they've been sealing off. You can see we've got some nice caramelisation going around here. Right, I'll just turn one of these over, you'll see it on the other side. There you go, so we're going to do now, swap those into the stock pot. Right, straight into the pot where the beef was cooking with a load of lardons of bacon. And let's just get those cooking off. This is just picking up all the bits from the bottom of the pan as well. Right, lardons have been cooking for a bit. Let's go in with half a teaspoon of garlic. And about half a teaspoon of English mustard powder. You can use English mustard if you want as well, rather than the mustard powder. And then just give those all the swirls around. Right, there is loads of rubbish at the bottom of the pan, but it's not rubbish, it's good flavoursome stuff. So go in with your, down to about there, it's about 3/4 of a glass. Let's get all the stuff off the bottom of the pan. Right, won't take long. The smell of this is amazing, it really is. You've got the beef, you've got the bacon. Right. That's lovely. And now we're going to transfer this to the beef. Oh, no, there's no, like, I think of the word, can't think of the word, but just whack it straight in. You can turn up the heat now, by the way, as well, so you don't burn the house down with setting fire to the cloth. Right, that goes in, there is always a bit of stuff in the bottom. So, get your hot kettle again. Right, that's got a bit of hot water in it. Make sure all the lovely bits have come off the bottom of that. And then, again, don't burn your hands like I normally do. And then that goes in there. Right. Now, let me just transfer that over because you're just looking at a pan now, an empty pan. Right. Beef, everything's in there. Now, whack in the onions. Okay, it's nice in there. Just move it all around a bit. And then straight in with your litre of beef stock. As I say, this is just one of the stock cubes that I use all the time. The North stock cubes are absolutely fantastic. This is a rich beef one, loads of depth of flavour. Right, what you want to do, I'll show you, I'll just fill it up with hot water until the beef is sort of submerged. I'll do your little picture in here. Right, bear with me. Yeah, that's what you're looking for. Just these bits here will go crusty, which is really nice. But the good thing with using the slow cooker is you put the lid on it and the steam keeps it in. Now you can put it in the oven at about 130 for about 4 hours, but you got to keep checking it. You put it in the slow cooker, right? You don't have to keep checking, just leave it, because I've got loads of jobs to do for Les. So that's what I'm going to do now. I will be back with you once we finish it off. Hi everyone. Recipe for today's stew is a nice, well, it's a braised beef, not stew, it's a braised beef, right? And I'm going to do some nice dumplings with it. So in here we just have we've got 100 grams of self-raising flour, 60 grams of cold suet, pinch of salt, pinch of pepper, and some herbs. I'm just going to add 70 ml of very cold water to it. Now you can buy a dumpling mix, right? I just use this, the Tora, right, beef suet, and you can get vegetable suet as well, because you don't know if you're buying a packet of dumpling mix whether you're going to have beef suet or vegetable suet. So yeah, so we're just going to get 70 ml of cold water. And this is simple. Whack it in. Go around with a fork. Right, it will turn into a sticky mixture. Right, try not to work it too much, just go in there. Just make sure it's all incorporated. Right. And that is it. Right, and what you can do, right, just leave it in that bowl like that, in the fridge until you're ready to put your dumplings in. Stick it on top of your stew, stick it on top of your braised beef, which I'll show you later, and yeah, give it 20 minutes in the oven. That's it. Right, welcome back to beef stew. 4 hours have miraculously gone past, and slow cooker's been on. So the good thing with a slow cooker, you can leave it, cook it for 4 hours, leave it, and it's just sitting there warm. Right, the next bit is really important, right? We're going to do our dumplings and everything. We're going to thicken the stew, but what you want to do is you want to take your bits of beef out of the pot, right? And the reason we're going to do that is if you do this next stage with the beef in there, right, all you're going to do is you're going to make beef soup, right? Because what we're going to do is we're going to thicken the stew or the gravy, right? So you get a nice unctuous gravy. So all you want to do, take your beef out, right? Don't worry about this, it's going to remain hot, but it is quite fragile at the moment, right? So there's your beef, and it's out, okay? And that's your stews, your gravy in there. Okay, I'll just do that, your gravy in there. Right, so what you want to do now to thicken this is get back your original pot that you cooked your beef and everything off, and just slowly pour all this back into that pot. Okay, that's everything in there. Because right now we're going to finish this in the oven on there. Right, what you do now, because you saw that was quite liquidy, we're going to put what's known as a slurry. All it is corn flour and water, okay? And it's a thickener. So you mix 2 dessert spoons of corn flour with a little water. So just you're going to make a little runny slurry like that, and just pop it in. Yeah, just pop that in. That goes in the stew. Okay, and then we're going to take our stew over to the pan, to the cooker. And I'll move the cooker over, the camera over, so you can see it, because it's a lot easier to see it this way. Right, so here we are. We're just going to stick this on a high heat, all right? Because what you need to do, the corn flour needs to get hot to thicken stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to take a spoon, all right? And I have tasted this already, right? I've said before that with the onions, because they've been in vinegar, right? You need that bit of vinegar for a beef stew, right? I taste it doesn't need any more vinegar, right? It's sweet enough, right? So we're just going to start heating this through, let it thicken, and then we're going to add the dumplings. Okay. It's been on now for about 5 minutes. You'll see that it has thickened up. Let me just take the camera around. You can see that the corn flour's done its business now, and it's nicely thickened that up. Sorry, there you go, bit of camera work. And now we're going to put the dumplings in and whack it in an oven that's preheated to about 180 for 20 minutes. Right, nearly forgot. We're going to do the dumplings, but now you've got to put your beef back in. Right, just put that back in. Just drop it in your stew. It's just going to warm this through. Okay, it is still quite warm, but do you know what? Resting juices, go back in there. Right, now you're going to get your dumplings. Your beef's in there. Now you're going to get your dumplings. Take a dessert spoon. All you want to do, just drop your dumplings in there. Don't worry if they sink, right? They will rise up, right? You just want to place them in. And we're going to get 8 out of this. That's 3. Maybe 7. 4. 5. Yeah, we get 7 out of this. So that means we're going to be fighting over the last one, me, Evan, Liz. Give them room to expand. That's the small one. Right, and that's it. Let me just quickly show you this. This is going to go in the oven. That's the dumplings in there. You see they slightly sunk a bit. Don't worry, this is now going in the oven for 20 minutes. The dumplings are done. There you go. That's the finished article. You've got a nice braised beef with dumplings. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. Just so you get notifications when I upload a new one. Hopefully in the week as well. Going to do a dessert for you all. Apple crumble. So hopefully I have some time to upload that one. Happy cooking. Remember, like and subscribe. Covey Cooks.